Trump orders clampdown on immigrant sanctuary cities, pushes border wall. Washington, President Trump signed 2 immigration-related executive orders Wednesday, including efforts to build a wall on the Mexican border and to clamp down on so-called sanctuary cities that shield migrants in the country illegally, calling illegal immigration clear and present danger. Trump's executive orders are the most detailed of the 12 presidential edicts he's issued in the first 6 days of his presidency. They call for the immediate building of a southern border wall, new public or private detention facilities, the hiring of 5,000 new Border Patrol agents and 10,000 immigration officers, and shutting off federal funds for cities that refuse to inform federal officials about undocumented immigrants in their custody. The order doesn't explicitly say how the wall will be paid for, but Trump has required a report on all foreign aid given to Mexico, with the implicit threat to withhold that funding. Mexico received $59 million in U.S. foreign aid in 2016. Trump has said the wall would cost $8 billion, though independent estimates are as much as 3 times higher. Trump signed the orders at a ceremony at the Department of Homeland Security headquarters in Washington, where he later rallied rank-and-file law enforcement officers, declaring, "A nation without borders is not a nation. Beginning today, the United States of America gets back control, as it gets back its borders." In an interview with ABC News, Trump said that construction of the wall will begin in months, and that the United States will soon commence talks with Mexico over his demand that it pay for the structure, a demand the Mexican government has consistently rejected. "We'll be reimbursed at a later date from whatever transaction we make from Mexico," Trump told ABC in his first television interview as president. "I'm just telling you there will be a payment. It will be in a form, perhaps a complicated form." Trump is scheduled to meet with Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto next week, the first face-to-face meeting with a foreign leader after British Prime Minister Theresa May on Friday enforces existing laws. The immigration plan largely relies on the enforcement of existing laws. If recalcitrant countries won't take back criminal aliens deported from the United States, the order requires the State Department to stop issuing visas for citizens of that country. If cities and counties won't turn over undocumented immigrants held in their jails, Trump will withhold funding. And while President Barack Obama prioritized the deportation of immigrants convicted of serious crimes, Trump added to the priority list immigrants suspected but not charged in a crime, those who have abused any benefit programs, and those who otherwise pose a risk to public safety. Wednesday's moves are the first of what are likely to be many executive actions to roll back Obama's immigration policies, with more orders expected on refugees and status of people who immigrated to the United States as children. His priority is first and foremost focused on people who pose a threat to people in our country, to criminals, frankly, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said, but on childhood arrivals, he said. Trump is continuing to make sure that his cabinet-level team starts to organize and create a plan to move forward with respect to that issue. Critics of Trump said his real target is immigration, period, and they vowed to contest his new orders. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel said he was waiting to read Trump's order, but the mayor was not ready to flinch. "I want to be clear," Emanuel said. "We're going to stay a sanctuary city." The mayor, however, did not respond to questions from reporters about how Chicago would manage to weather a slashing of federal funding. Contributing Alan Gomez in Miami, Aamer Madhani in Chicago and Eliza Collins in Washington.